Wanted to go over my gold trades for the night. Today is Monday, January 26, 2026. Yeah, man, I went 3 of 4 tonight, and let's go over it. So, starting with the open, I started to chart my algos. I had this orange that I noted first, and then magenta showed itself right here. Right here is when I identified magenta, and that helped me take my first trade, which was on this candle when I seen that we were hopping onto magenta right here. Right, so it was a light trade. As you can see, the structure is thin, so you definitely can't go heavy. I protected it really quickly, and that was my first trade of the evening. Then I took a Zomi, which was just a gray Zomi with the help of this pink algo that I identified from way out here, actually. Right here, and as you can see, that's where we started selling from. So I had that identified already, and that helped me take this Zomi. Unfortunately, it was just a Zomi trade, so I couldn't go too heavy, and I didn't hold any runners. I cut it fairly early. I wish I had held some runners, but you never know, right? We could have just kept grinding up, and it's always a possibility, right, in the magenta or something like that. My third trade was my only negative trade, so once I seen the bounce off of this level right here, I thought we were starting to form some sort of a bullish structure, right? I took it on the break of this teal right here. The only issue with this trade is that there's just a lack of liquidity here, right? Like, if this had built up more, but if this had built up some more liquidity, right, and then you were able to grab that, there was something to grab onto, I could see it, but it probably wasn't the greatest trade. I think I should have waited at least for the break of this pink and see if we kept grinding up, either with the help of this yellow or magenta, orange. So I cut that trade about here, which at the same time I entered shorts at the break of this magenta right here. So once that broke, I entered shorts. The only issue with this one was I may have been slightly too early. They definitely tried to shake me out, and I was getting a bit nervous, right? So I think I protected it here. I might have had a runner that came back up here, and here's when I started to get a bit nervous, right? Because you could still see there was some liquidity here that could have been grabbed. But once I seen the magenta break again and the blue start to show itself, that's when I kind of figured we had to be going down, at least for a bit. I mean, you got to be careful because there's pink, there's lots of support, right? There's pink right here. So had to be careful. I wish I wasn't selling too early, but that's one of my issues, is just cutting winners too early and holding losers too long, man. I'm working on it though, but sometimes I'd rather just re-enter. So I did right here with the help of blue, and seeing as we were selling in this teal. Like I said I went 3 of 4 today. The reason I say that is because I count this as one trade. It was all pretty much one structure and one continuation. I'm not sure if you guys see it that way, but that's kind of how I see it. So anyways, yeah, Hope you guys had a good night. Trade safe.